Hi, Caledonian Biker. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at BMW Motorrad Douglas Park in Glasgow, and it's not to do a ride review on the BMW R1300 GSA in the triple black. It's actually to pick one up because I've bought one. Yep, I've eventually bought my first GSA from a BMW dealership, brand new. So please stick around, hear what I've got to say all about it after my short intro. Hi, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed my intro for my channel. As you see, this is the old singing, old dancing R1300 GSA. There's been a lot of controversy over this bike, especially the headlight. And if you've been regular to my channel, you'll see that I bought the standard R1300 GS Trophy X almost 2 years ago now since I bought that bike. But I've been trading in my R1250 GS, a bike I've had for 4.5 years, done ridiculous miles on all over Europe, and thoroughly love the bike. But the good thing about it just now is, even though I love the 1250 so much, it's all about change, and we've got to move on. We can't just sit back with the same bikes and expect them to do the same things in, day out. We've got to look to refresh the bike and move on. With this bike, what caused me to move to the GSA was BMW have offered great finance package at 3.9, whether you go PCP or you go for HP. They've also given us the opportunity to get a discount on these bikes. I don't know if it's been because it's been a slow bike selling or what. From day one, I always like to look at this bike, especially in the triple black with this tank. I think it's a stunning colour the bike's put on. I had an R1200 GS triple black years ago, and it was always had a soft spot with me. What I also like is incorporating in the panniers, the bigger panniers again than what I had for the R1250 GS, more secure. And I also like back to this sturdier subframe that we've got with this bike. The R13 GS standard has got a different type of subframe. This seems to just give you a bit more volume in it. So I'm really looking forward to loading this bike up and hitting the continent. But first and foremost, I'll be doing my first 600 miles on it, and I'll talk to you about the first 600 miles, and also when I come to get my first service, and also talk about the servicing costs with the BMWs in comparison to other brands. So please stick around and watch me ride off into the sunset for Scotland for a change on my new R1300 GS.
Hi, Caledonian Biker, back in the seat. So, as I said to you when I was leaving the dealership, I've got the 600 miles to do for the run-in of my new BMW R1300 GSA triple black. So, beautiful sunny day in Scotland, as you can see with the footage. And I'm out in the Lead Hills in Scotland, putting some miles on the bike today before we get to the service at 600 miles. Now, on the subject of service, I'd just like to touch on it. If you go for the BMW plan and you're getting that 4-year service, that's going to work out at £1,050. Just depends on the dealership, but roughly an average £1,050, and that gives you your 4 services over the 4 years. And obviously that will include a valve service. Now, that said, if you do it the other way and you just pay it up each service you go for, if you plan to sell the bike before it, that's going to cost you £1,550. So you've got a difference there of £400 of a saving if you intend to keep the bike the 4 years, which I've done with the PCP deal that I got from the dealership. So it makes sense to me to take that plan, which I've done. Now, moving on from that, I've said before in a few other videos where I've been reviewing the R1300 GS and the GSA and the ASA about the servicing cost of one Triumph valve service. One Triumph valve service can set you back the best part of about £1,100. So I'm sorry, BMW have nailed it with a service plan at £10.50. They're giving you value for money. You're getting a top quality product, top bits, top engineers, top dealership, no quibble, 3-year warranty, and you're getting it for a fraction of the cost that you would with some of the competition. So it makes sense to me. I would also go on to say as well, on the subject of the bikes, your BMWs always retain very good residual value. I do like the fact that when I've been selling my GS 1200s, 1250s I've had a few of, and just traded one in and out. For this one, I've always got top residual value for these bikes, and I've never ever quibbled over the price. But I always show due diligence, and with my own bike, before I traded it in, I get my Akrapovic can off it. That's it. Probably eBay about £750 for that. I've got a few other things off it, X-heads, bar risers, and a few other bits and bobs. Even the tyres that I had on it, the Pirellis, I managed to get them off it, and I'll be putting on a set of normal standard road tyres. On the subject of tyres now, this bike's shod with the Michelin Anarchies. I'm a fan of the Michelin Anarchy, not as big a fan as the Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs, they're my favourite tyre, biggest silica content out of all the tyres. But I'm a fan of the Anarchy. The Anarchy's a good touring tyre, and it gives you a wee bit off-road use as well. But for myself, with this bike, it's not really a Sunday bike for me. I'm in a fortunate position, this will be a bike because I do a lot of big tours, and this bike will be used for the tours more than it will be used for Sunday riding. I'm in a fortunate position, I've got other bikes that I can utilise for the Sunday riding. So again, I've no quibs about being fitted with the Michelin Anarchy tyres. Now, that said, the bike itself with the touring is ideal. We've still got the 30 litre tank, and that's going to give you well in excess of 350 miles to the tank depending on your riding and how heavy you are on the throttle. So that suits as well. I certainly need to stop for a coffee. I don't do the 350 right off, but if you did want to do that, it does give you it. With the bike as well, we're talking 1 kilogram of a difference, so we're up to 269. I don't think that's a lot to ask, and I'm quite happy with the fact the way the bike weighs in, because it just gives it a good firm position on the road, and the suspension works fantastic. So that's my thoughts on the bike, first impressions so far as I start doing my 600 miles towards my first service. Hi, Caledonian Biker. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning back in. This is me at Douglas Park, Motorrad BMW in Glasgow. Got my bike in, I've done my 600 miles and it's in for the service. Now I was just clarifying with the receptionist in there, it's £270 for the first service now. So as regards to the £270, if you were going for your service plan, which I said in commentary, that works out at £10.50. So you're making a big saving if you go down the road of getting the 4-year service plan. There's £270 just for the one. Also, what I would say is, with the first service, you're in and out. I've got myself onto the R1300 and I'll be riding off on that, and then I'll get a text message from the dealership here, and that's my bike ready to go. You can't ask for any better service than that. So I'm looking forward to getting my bike back, but I'm also looking forward to getting a shot in the RT13 that I'll be doing a review soon. So, Caledonian Biker, thanks very much for watching my video. Please subscribe if you've not already subscribed to the channel, and I'll catch you next time. All the best. Bye for now.